AsSalamu Alaykoum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu Alaikum, brothers and sisters. Inshallah, you guys are all doing well through this holy month of Ramadan. It's currently day 19 of the holy month of Ramadan. Like we've been saying, make sure you're getting as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as you possibly can in these coming days. These are the days of Qadr, Laylatul Qadr. It is the nights of power. As we know, Qadr in English means destiny. These nights, these coming nights, are going to be able to decide your destiny. So make sure these coming nights you're taking them very seriously. Like we spoke about yesterday, maybe because we're not at the mosque, maybe because we're not at the Marakas, it might be hard for some people to focus, but just think about it this way. If you're at home, you're able to read Quran, you're able to pray. If you're at the mosque, you're able to do the same. So don't use it as an excuse that I'm not able to go to the mosque, so I'm not going to pray, I'm not going to read dua. Especially like we said, these are the nights of destiny, these are the nights of power. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يراه كلا لئن لم ينتهي لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطعة فليدع نادية سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العلي العظيم. My brothers and sisters, like we said, today is the 19th of the holy month of Ramadan. The death of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam is coming up. Inshallah, today we're going to be speaking about the most oppressed man in the history of the world. You're probably thinking of somebody from the Ahl al-Bayt, correct? Some think Imam Hussein alayhi salam, some think Imam Hassan, but it's really Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam Ali, his whole entire life, he was by the side of the Holy Prophet. Can janb Rasulullah Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
He was by the side of the Holy Prophet his entire life. After the death of the Prophet, what happened? We know Rasulullah told him, "Akintu mawlai fahadi Aliyun mawlai." Whoever's leader I was, Ali is now your leader. We know this happened at Ghadir Khum. We know. What happened after the death of the Prophet? Those who gave allegiance to Ali said, "No, I never gave." Those who never gave allegiance to him began to do what? They began to corrupt the system. The only thing they cared about was their political agenda. During that time, Imam Ali alayhi salam became the most oppressed man. There is a chapter, a volume in Bihar al-Anwar, volume 28, Madlumiyat, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. It talks how Imam Ali was oppressed, my brothers and sisters. It talks about how people did not like him, how people began to hurt him after the death of the Prophet. As we know, Imam Ali, he's a mu'min. Imam Ali, we know this. He's an amazing man. He's as Harun was to Musa, Ali was to Muhammad. This is how Ali was to Muhammad. And we know how close Harun was to Musa. They were brothers, they were both. They finished each other, just like how Ali finishes Muhammad. The difference is, my brothers and sisters, Imam Ali alayhi salam was oppressed heavily in his time. They state when Imam Ali used to get on the mambar, as we know today, when somebody finishes their speech, They might state أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَا وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. Correct? They state when Imam Ali used to get off the minbar, what did he used to state? State, I'm the most oppressed man in history. I'm the most oppressed man. There's obviously some additional words, but this is the main focus. He used to say right when he got off the minbar that I'm the most oppressed man. One time, according to most sources, Al-Qays ibn Ash'ath told him, Ya Ali, why don't you use your sword to defend your rights? Because as we know, Imam Ali alayhi salam can Asadullah al-Ghalib. He was the lion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was very strong. He was not scared to go to war. So when Al-Qays ibn Ash'ath, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curse him, asked Imam Ali, why don't you use your sword to defend yourself? Imam Ali replied to him. We're going to look at his reply after. Just to let you guys know what type of person Al-Qays ibn Ash'ath was. His son, Muhammad ibn Qays al-Ash'ath, just to let you guys know what type of people they were, his son killed Muslim ibn Aqil. They state his son is the one that pushed Muslim off the rooftop. His daughter was Joda, the woman that poisoned Imam Hassan alayhi salam. They state that Al-Qays was just a person, he was a person that used to love to talk. Especially when it was against Imam Ali alayhi salam, he loved to talk. He loved to create arguments, he loved to do this, he loved to do that. If it involved messing up the image of Imam Ali, he was all for it. He was all for it. He would love to do it. This was the type of person Al-Qays ibn Ash'ath was. And he was trying to hurt Imam Ali at this time. Imam Ali replied to him. He said, if you want, I had an agreement with the Holy Prophet before he died, that if I do not have enough people to go to a war, I'm not going to go to the war. I'm not going to rise up. And this is not the first time this has happened, my brothers and sisters, where an Imam has not had enough people. Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam, the same thing occurred to him. They state that he was walking with a companion and a companion told him, why don't you rise up? Why don't you fight for your rights? They state when they were walking by in the desert, they saw a flock of goats. When they saw the flock of goats, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam pointed at the goats. He said, if I had as many companions as those goats, I would rise up. I would rise up. They say the companion later counted how much goats there were. When he counted how much there was 17, my brothers and sisters. This is how hard of a time it was for the Imams. 17 goats, and he did not have 17 companions at the time. He did not have 17 companions. He's saying, if I had as much companions as there were goats over there, I would go to war. I would rise up and I would fight for my rights. Same thing with Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam. They asked him, Nafs al-Shay, a companion asked him, why don't you fight for your rights? He said, you have so much people in Kufa waiting for you, waiting to fight this war with you. What did he say? He said, those people over there, if somebody was to take money out of their bank account, would they get mad? If their own brother was to take money out of their own bank account, would they get mad? Without them knowing. Of course, this is not a right thing to do, but let's say the brother was in a very bad spot and he took just enough for him to live, as much as he needed. The Imam asked him, if your own brother in faith took money so that he can live, would you be mad? Would you be mad? He said, of course, Ya Ibn Rasulullah, I would be mad. What do you mean? Why would I not be mad? He's taking money from me. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq said, if you're not ready to go and forget your wealth, you're not ready to go and battle in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're not ready. Today people say, if the Imam comes, I'm right behind the Imam. I'm ready to go. I'm willing to fight for the Imam. If you want to fight for the Imam, لازم تنسى الدنيا. لازم تخلي كل شيء هون لازم تخليها بالدنيا. This is how you fight. This is why Imam Hussein did not have much companions. So many people were stuck to the dunya. They did not want to leave the dunya. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq says, if you want to fight, if you want to be a follower of the Imam and you're willing to risk your life and you want to prove it, you got to forget everything in the dunya. The dunya is only things that are going to drag you down. Most things that you do in this dunya will either help you a lot or they're going to drag you down. If you want to be a follower of the Imam, you got to forget the dunya. We're not saying don't live your life, but when the time comes, and they state, do you want to be with the Imam? بتنسى كل شيء right away. You don't think about it twice. ما بتفكر فيها مرتين. دغري, you forget about everything and you go and fight in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You go and you teach people in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right away. You don't think about it twice, because once you think about it twice, that means you're not 100% sure about the religion of Islam. And that is a problem. If you want to be one of the Imam, one with the Imam, one right by side of the Imam. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Imam Ali alayhi salam then later calls, he's responding to the question of Al-Qais ibn Ash'ath. He tells him, Ya ibn al-Khammara, the son of a woman who's a drunkard. The reason I do not rise, the reason I do not want to go to battle is because I don't have enough people. And I made a covenant with the Holy Prophet that if I do not have enough people, I'm not going to go to a battle. I'm not going to go into battle. When Al-Qais heard this, he began to mock him. I thought you're Asadullah al-Ghalib. What, you're scared now? You're khayf to go to the battle? Imam Ali said, no, I'm not scared. I'm not going to do what they want me to do. People wanted Imam Ali to mess up, to make one mistake, so they have a reason to kill him. And when the people start saying, why did you kill Imam Ali? He did this, he deserves to die. They tried to do it. When they state he killed Uthman, they tried pulling that card. They tried pulling, Imam Ali alayhi salam killed Uthman. What did they try doing after? They started a whole fitna. This is why Imam Ali did not rise. This is why he did not go to battle. Because once one person got something on him, it's going to be, I want your life. As much as we know the shaykhin, as much as they made mistakes, nobody was coming after them. Nobody was saying, I want your head, I want to kill you. Imam Ali, if he makes one mistake, they're all on him. They're all saying, I want to kill you, I want to kill you. This is why Imam Ali did not go to battle. Imam Ali said, I'm not going to do what they want me to do. He then states that the Prophet told him, you are to me as Harun was to Musa. You're a brother to me. You're my cousin. You're very close to me. You're my first successor. When Imam Ali alayhi salam was asked who wants to sleep in the bed of the Prophet when the Prophet was migrating to Medina, as we know, they wanted to kill the Holy Prophet. Keep in mind, we're just going to add this. With how much Imam Ali has done for Islam, with how much Imam Ali has done for this world, he's the most oppressed man in history. The most oppressed man. He states it every time he left the Mumbar. As we know, when the Holy Prophet was migrating to Medina, what happened? He said, somebody needs to sleep in my bed. The first one to volunteer, who was it? Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Amir al-Mu'mineen put the life of the Prophet in front of his own. He put the life of the Prophet in front of his own. This is how much he loved the Holy Prophet. The only person Musa trusted with his life was who? The only person Musa trusted with his life was Harun. Same thing with the Holy Prophet. The only person he trusted with his life was Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. The only person he trusted. As we know, they then came in, they did not kill Imam Ali alayhi salam. And that is how the Prophet got to Medina. Because Imam Ali alayhi salam volunteered to sleep into his bed. Without a doubt, this is the type of person Imam Ali was. This is the type of person, he wasn't only like this with the Prophet. If somebody deserved the respect, if somebody deserved love, Imam Ali alayhi salam would give it. Like this man, Al-Qais ibn Ash'ath. Would it be fair for Imam Ali to treat, let's say, Imam al-Hasan and Al-Qais ibn Ash'ath the same way? No, that would not make sense. So Imam Ali used to treat people the way they needed to be treated. If somebody needed to be treated in a bad way, Imam Ali, of course, he would not treat them in a bad way as the other people would, but he would not treat them in a good way like he would treat a good person. Al-Qais ibn Ash'ath, with how much he did to Imam Ali alayhi salam, this is all Imam Ali alayhi salam told him. Ya ibn al-Khammara, that's it. That's all Imam Ali did to him. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعجل فرجه. As we know, my brothers and sisters, Imam Ali alayhi salam was very heroic. We're going to go through some of his very heroic things that he has done. As we know, in the Battle of Uhud, the Battle of Uhud is a mountain. The Prophet told the people, it was a very big war. He told some to stay on top of the hill. He told them, do not come down the hill unless I give you the order to come down the hill. To come down the mountain, if you want to say it. Why did the Holy Prophet put soldiers up there? So that nobody could come behind the Muslims. What happened? The Muslims took out the first wave during that war. When they took out the first wave, the people on the top of the mountain thought that they won the war. What happens? Some of them see the spoils of war. And when I say spoils of war, I mean like their swords, their gear, stuff like that. The slaves. When some of them see this, what happens? They begin running down the hill. There's a few left up there telling them, Rasulullah never said to go down. Why are you guys going down? They continue going down. What happens when they go down? Coming up is the enemy. They're coming up and they take out the remaining soldiers on top and they ambush the Muslims. When they ambush the Muslims, what happens? As we know, the Muslims, there was a lot of Muslims at the time. What happens? They all flee the battlefield. What happens? They stay, it was Imam Ali alayhi salam left and maybe they stay 9 to 10 companions left. Keep in mind, guarding the Holy Prophet against an entire army. Guarding the Holy Prophet's life against an entire army. And keep in mind, if Imam Ali alayhi salam and the Holy Prophet were to be killed over there, the chance of Islam being here today is very low. I'm not going to say it was not going to be here. I'm not going to say that it was going to be here, but it's a very low chance. What happens? Imam Ali alayhi salam defends the Holy Prophet with his life. They state Imam Ali alayhi salam sustained 99 wounds, but the angels were healing him as he was fighting. They were picking up his wounds. They state Imam Ali alayhi salam was fighting so hard with his sword. What happens? His sword broke, my brothers and sisters. His sword broke. What sword was he given? He was given the sword Zulfiqar to defend the Holy Prophet. This is the type of person Imam Ali was. Do you guys believe if Imam Ali was to die in Uhud, he would have cared? Do you guys believe he would have cared? How about Badr? Same thing. Imam Ali alayhi salam was always defending the Prophet, was always defending Islam, and this is how he got repaid. By people like Muawiyah, by people like Al-Qais ibn Ash'ath, mocking him, hurting him. This is how Imam Ali got paid back. This is why, my brothers and sisters, we state today, pray Salat al-Tawbah. Especially during these nights, pray Salat al-Tawbah. They state it's called Salat Amir al-Mu'mineen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العلي العظيم. As we know, this verse, most sources state it's for Imam Ali alayhi salam. It was brought down because of Imam Ali. I'm going to walk you through how to pray Salat al-Tawbah. As we know, some may know this, Salat al-Tawbah is 2 rak'at. You pray it 2-2. They state أول والثاني ركعة سورة الحمد وسورة التوحيد سورة قل هو الله أحد 50 مرة. أول ركعة وثاني ركعة. So, in the first and second rak'ah, of course, it's as if you're praying a regular 2 rak'at prayer. Of course, the niyyah and stuff. They state the first and second rak'ah, you state Surah Al-Hamid and you state Surah Al-Tawheed 50 times. Surah Al-Tawheed is Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad. This, to state it 50 times, keep in mind you gotta do it each rak'ah 50 times. كل ركعة تقرأ سورة الحمد سورة التوحيد 50 مرة. So 100 مرة you gotta read it. Keep in mind, Surah Al-Tawheed is a very short surah. Very, very short. Maximum this is going to take maybe 20 minutes. They state you gotta pray at 2-2. So essentially you're praying 4 rak'at, but you're dividing them 2-2. So altogether you're gonna be reading Surah Al-Hamid 4 times and Surah Al-Tawheed 200 times. My brothers and sisters, this is all gonna take 30 minutes. 40 minutes. Wallah, I prayed it yesterday. And it took like 35 minutes. It's not going to take long, my brothers and sisters. The reward you're going to get from it is going to be worth all that time. And way more on top of it. This is what we've been saying. When you think of an action, as long as it's going to take, think of the reward. Imam Ali alayhi salam said, if you gotta go to the end of the dunya, if you gotta go to the end of the world to get some valuable information that is going to help you, what do? You travel the distance. You get this information. No matter what it takes, if this information is going to benefit you, you travel the distance to get this information. This is temporary, this dunya. The akhirah is not temporary. This is 70, 80 years. The akhirah is infinite. Whatever needs to be done here, have it done. If you gotta abandon your family due to the fact that they don't want to accept your deen, due to the fact بيقولوا لك ما فيك تكون Muslim, due to the fact stuff like that, abandon them. This is what needs to happen. Of course, we're not saying right away they say no, you go and abandon them. You try speaking to them. If they state no, you can't live in this house unless, let's say, you're a Christian, then tell them no, I can't do this. Ask yourself, fi salamatin min din. Is this thingy going to affect my deen? If you want to become a Muslim and you cannot, due to your family saying no, you can't become a Muslim, you gotta be a Christian in this household. This is not right. What did we say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created your parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created your parents. In the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your parents are right here, you're right here. You're equal in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Based on what actions you do, your parents could go up, you could go down, based on the actions you commit. But at the end of the day, if something is going to affect your religion, if something is going to affect your deen, even if you're not Muslim, even if you're Christian, if it's going to affect your deen, it's logical that whatever needs to be done to keep my deen safe has to be done. If that means I gotta abandon my family, because this happens a lot today. They abandon their family due to the fact that their parents are not accepting them for what religion they want to be. They're making the right choice. Because this dunya, this 80 years, this 90 years, this 100, 200 years, not possible for somebody to live. But even if they live 200 years, it's nothing compared to what you're living in the akhirah. This infinite life. This life is temporary. This vessel is temporary. Think of it that way. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعجل فرجه. ثاني على حب أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعجل فرجه. ثالث على حب إمام حسن المجتبى عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
وعجل فرجه. Imam Ali alayhi salam, with how amazing he was in battle, with how amazing he was just as a person, he was also an amazing father to Imam al-Hassan wa Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. An amazing father. The best father you can wish. Not only did he let him play, not only was he was an amazing father, as we know the Holy Prophet said, لاعب صبر علم صبر صاحب صبر. What did Imam Ali alayhi salam do? Imam Ali did as the Prophet stated. And see how his children turned out. And Imam is teaching his children. Imam Ali alayhi salam was teaching his children from when they were young. What does this tell you? All the acts that the Imam are doing and the Prophets did, نحن عم نعملهم. الصلاة الصيام نحن عم نعملهم. في شغلة الأئمة عملوا. Not everybody's doing. مش كل حدا عم بيعملها. عم بيعلموا أولادهم من وقتهن صغار. They're teaching their children from when they're very young. You guys don't know how important this is. Of course, you getting into heaven is very important. Of course, you teaching your children so you don't get judged for them is very important. but also teaching them for the fact that so they teach their children as well, so they know their deen. مهم جدا نعلم أولادنا من وقت هن صغار. The Holy Prophet says لاعبٌ صبي علمٌ صبي صاحبٌ صبي. Let them play for 7 years. Of course, this is referring to their life. Let them play for the first 7 years. Teach them about their deen for the next 7 years and become their friends for the last 7 years and inshallah the rest of their life. This is very important. This is very important. If the Prophet is telling you to do something, you do it. If Imam Ali alayhi salam is taking it straight from the Prophet, of course the Prophet is enough. The Prophet is saying anything, you already know 100% this is correct. Even if it sounds like the most blasphemous thing, you know 100% it's correct. If it's coming out of the mouth of the Prophet, it's 100% correct. If Imam Ali is doing it, if the 14 معصومين are teaching their children this way, why shouldn't we do it? ليش نحن ما عم نعملها? Some children today عمرهم 16 and you tell them, do you know Imam Ali alayhi salam? They state, no, I don't know him. Of course, it's up to them whether they want to learn their deen or not. But once they find out the consequences of not learning their deen, when they had so much opportunities to learn it, they're going to regret not learning it. Some parents today say, you know what, forget my children. I'm going to give them an easy life. Deen, religion, it puts pressure on them. It puts pressure on them. I don't want to have them learn their deen. You're affecting them. You're affecting them right now and you're affecting them in the long run. Think about it in the future. Once it's the future and they have their own children, what's going to happen? They're going to say, my father never taught me. I'm not going to teach my children. And what is he going to think? His dad is amazing. His dad is the best father somebody can wish. He's going to say, if my father never taught me and with how amazing my father was, that obviously means it's normal. That means it's normal. You don't have to teach your children about deen. And of course, we're not saying to start them when they're 2 years old. بتبلشهم بكير, but not too early. مش وقت عمرهم 2 3 when they can't even speak, when they can't comprehend anything. When they're 5 6 years old, start teaching them. Start teaching them. علمهم الإسلام. And of course, do not force them. Do not force them. مش بالقوة. Because once you do it بالقوة, وقت هن لحالهم, أو خلينا نفترض أنت منك بالبيت وصورت صلاة المغرب والعشاء ما يصلوا. They're not going to pray. Why? Why are they not going to pray? Because they've gone so on the fact that the only way I pray is if my dad أزبي موجود بدي صلاة أزبي منه موجود مع صلاة. They've gotten so on the fact that if my dad is present, I'm going to pray. If he isn't present, I'm not going to pray. Why? Because they were forced. They didn't love Islam. It's very easy when somebody is a child for them to love something. And with how beautiful Islam is, it's very easy to make them like it. With how beautiful it is, with the words that are spoken, with the actions that are done, they will be attracted to Islam. And once they're attracted to Islam, you teach them their deen, you teach them their religion. As we know, بهذه الجيل, in this generation, not a lot of people know their deen. Kids that are 14, 15 years old, they don't care about their deen at all. They forget their deen like it's nothing. And if this continues to happen, the generation even after us, الجيل اللي بعدنا, it's going to be even worse. The coming generations are even going to be worse. Whatever happens in the previous generations is likely to happen in the future generations even worse. Like I said, likely. Anything can happen. Anything can change. If there's a trend to something, it might continue happening. It can out of nowhere change. But if this trend continues to happen, where people are forgetting their deen, when people do not care about their deen at all, this trend will continue to happen. And before we know it, all places of worship are going to be empty. And the message the Prophet sent 1,441 years ago is going to be lost. This message that the Holy Prophet بعت من 1441 سنة عديها. Because if there's not somebody to let the people know what's right from wrong, what's going to happen? Some people are going to make their own meaning. Some people are going to make their own things that's going to separate Islam even more than it is today, my brothers and sisters. We cannot let that happen. Because once this happened, it's very, very hard to get Islam to the way it was. Like we've been saying, my brothers and sisters, in this holy month, get as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as you possibly can. جربوا تصلوا صلاة التوبة. جربوا تصلوا صلاة التوبة. It takes like 30 minutes. 30 minutes out of your day during Laylatul Qadr is so beneficial. Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. This is how beneficial this holy month. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها. The angels will come down on this night. The angels, when you're worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, الملائكة بيناتنا. During these nights, when you're praying, when you're reading Quran, the malaika are walking right through us. They're walking right through us. They're walking right through us. They're seeing who's doing good and who's not. They're seeing who's wasting their time and who's not. They're seeing who uses their time wisely. الوقت, the waqt is very important, my brothers and sisters. Time is everything in this life. If you have a choice to get time or money, you choose time. Because you cannot get the money without the time. So you have to choose time. آخر دعوانا and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, my brothers and sisters, like we've been saying, in this holy month, get as close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as you possibly can. Build an everlasting relationship that is not going to end after the holy month of Ramadan. A lot of people do that every year. During when the holy month of Ramadan comes around, ببلشوا يصلوا, ببلشوا يصوموا. Of course, I'm not discouraging you guys to do this thingy. Of course, you're still getting rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it's better. It's better بعد شهر رمضان. بتضلك عم تصلي, بتضلك عم تصوم, مش بس بشهر رمضان. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
إلهي بحق ياسين والقرآن الكريم وبحق طه والقرآن العظيم، يا مجيب دعوة المضطرين، يا غاية آمال العارفين، يا موضع شكوى السائلين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، يا راحم شيخ الكبير، يا رازق الطفل الصغير، يا من بيده تدبير، يا من لا يحتاج إلى تفسير، صلي على محمد وآل محمد، صلي على محمد وآل محمد، صلي على محمد وآل محمد، يا غفور يا رحيم يا سميع يا مجيب، يا غفور اغفر لنا الذنوب، يا رحيم ارحمنا برحمتك، يا سميع اسمع شكوانا، يا مجيب استجب لي دعائي، وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد
وآل محمد وعجل فرجه. نقرأ آية الكريمة 10 مرات. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أمن يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء،
أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء، أمن يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء،
أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء، أمن يجيب
المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء،
أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء، أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء. يا الله 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 يا الله. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يبعد عنا هذا البلاء، يبعد عنا هذا البلاء. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cure us from this virus as soon as possible. Like we've been saying, my brothers and sisters, this could quite possibly be a test. And if this is a test, just like every other test, مثل كل امتحان بالحياة بدك تنجح من هذه الامتحان. Just like every other test in your life, when you have a test at school, what do you want to do with this test? You want to pass it with the highest grade possible. So try passing this test with the highest grade possible. دعاء الحجة. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
وصلى الله على محمد
الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Last reminder, my brothers and sisters, it's currently 19th of the holy month of Ramadan. 11 days left of this holy month, this beautiful month, where deeds are multiplied by 1,000. Reading one verse of the Holy Quran is as if you read the entire Quran. When the Prophet was asked about Salat al-Layl, he said the reward is so great it cannot be described in words. Take advantage of these. Take advantage of the fact that for those, especially for those that don't know how to read Quran, هود اللي ما بيعرفوا يقرأوا Quran. In the regular months, what happens? They do not like to read Quran. And if they read, they're getting rewarded, of course. But in this month, they're getting rewarded way, way more. So read in this month for those that do not know how to read Quran. For those whose Quran is good, but they want to be better, this is the month to improve. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رحم الله من قرأ سورة الفاتحة مسبوقة بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.